Tailor-made for the channel.
What's up, fight fans? Welcome to my channel. This is Johnny, and today we're going to be going over the statistics that nobody talks about when mentioning a potential unification fight between Teofimo Lopez and Liam Paro. Guys, this is boxing. The dust has barely settled from this past weekend's title fight in Puerto Rico, and we're already talking about what's next for Liam Paro. Paro went into the Subriel Matias fight ranked number 10 in the world. After his 7-1 underdog victory, he is now currently ranked number 2 in the world. The reason why this is relevant is that it seems now the journalists, columnists, and people who are in charge of these rankings are starting to figure out the talent and skill set that's behind Liam Paro. I also want to talk about Teofimo Lopez. This is a guy whose career has been filled with more ups than downs. He's a world champion, but it seems to be when we see him at his best, he'll then have a pedestrian performance and the naysayers will come out of the woodwork because they have this gauge to compare what he looks like sometimes, Josh Taylor, and what he looks like in other times, Sander Martin. Now he's getting ready to defend his WBO strap June 29th in Miami against Steve Claggett. If you guys have never heard of Claggett, I understand. If you go to his global rankings, he's actually ranked number 9 in the world at 140 pounds, despite his career 7 losses. So in this video, we're gonna talk about Liam Paro, Teofimo Lopez, what they've been up to, their strength of schedule. We're gonna come up with a statistic to compare and contrast, see some pros and cons about this potential matchup, and at the very end, we're gonna talk about, and leave it in your hands, who do you think wins this fight? Remember, this is not a prediction video. This fight hasn't even been made. We just want to start the narrative around a potential unified title fight between Paro and Lopez. Now let's take a closer look at Liam Paro. Liam Paro is 25-0 with 15 knockouts. He's currently ranked number 2 in the world at 140 pounds. The 28-year-old Australian stands at 5'8" with a 71-inch reach, and the southpaw is known as the prodigy by his adoring fans. He currently holds the IBF world title. He last took on Subriel Matias, who was 20-1. Paro won UD in the 12th. Montana Love was 18-1. Paro knocked him out in the 6th. Brock Jarvis was 20-0. Paro knocked him out in the 1st. Yomar Alamo was 20-0. Paro won a split decision in the 10th. Steve Gago was 12-1. Paro won a UD in the 12th. Guys, if we add up Paro's last 5 opponents, their win-loss records on the night that they fought Liam, those records are 90 wins and 3 losses, giving Liam Paro an 89% strength of schedule. When you look at Liam Paro and the more you study him, the more you watch him, you understand the professionalism that goes into his camp. He's technical, he's aggressive, and he's a slick southpaw. He's there to fight you. He doesn't take too many back steps, but he's not gonna make mistakes. And when you look at the Subriel Matias fight, he used the sweet science of boxing to box the socks off of Subriel Matias. Whether you're a fan of the Aussie or not, you can't deny how he looked in Puerto Rico. This is why he goes into enemy territories, and even the judges agreed and knew Liam Paro. Now let's take a closer look at Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez is 20-1 with 13 knockouts. He's currently ranked number 4 in the world in the super lightweight division. The 26-year-old American is an orthodox fighter standing at 5'8" with a 68.5-inch reach. He currently has the WBO World Super Lightweight title. He's getting ready to take on Steve Claggett this June 29th in Miami. Claggett's 38-7. This fight will be for the WBO World Super Lightweight title. He last fought Jermaine Ortiz, who was 17-1, UD in the 12th. Josh Taylor was 19-0, UD in the 12th. Sander Martin was 40-2, split decision in the 10th. Pedro Campo 34-1, knockout in the 7th. Guys, if you add up Lopez's last 5 opponents, on the night that they fought Lopez, their career record was 148-11. He has experience. Teofimo Lopez, when he's at his best, is one of my favorite fighters to watch. We understand through the past some of the issues he's had mentally. They're always going to be psychological. He doesn't have many physical issues. This is a fighter who is growing into his prime. Confidence is never an issue. It's just sometimes the fans, we don't know what version we're going to get of Teofimo Lopez. A lot of these questions will be answered in only a week or so in Miami as he gets ready to defend his title against the Canadian Steve Claggett. Now, when we think about a potential Paro and Lopez matchup and we compare the guys side by side, one fighter is undefeated, one fighter has 1 loss. Why is that relevant? For me, it's relevant because of the psychological component that goes into these fighters. When you watch Paro at weigh-ins, when you watch his stare downs, time after time, his opponents will try to intimidate him. Matias did it, Montana Love did it, even Brock Jarvis did it, and it never works. You could just see in his response to these intimidation attempts, his confidence in his prep work and the confidence in his ability and skill set. That is a powerful thing. We've never seen Liam Paro second guess himself. We've seen Teofimo Lopez second guess himself. This alone, for me, makes this matchup super intriguing. We need unification fights. We want these champions to fight each other. We want to see these belts unified. So before any announcement, we know this is just conjecture at the time. Lopez already has a fight in about 10 days. Nobody's even talking about making this a fight. But if it were come to fruition, and one day we see in the banner, the bright lights, Lopez versus Paro, which side would you take? Leave it in the comment section below.